your mental health. Today, when I'm shooting this video, it's the World's Mental Health Day, the awareness of mental health. So I feel, of course, that mental health issues are something that we should be aware of and focus upon each and every day. And maybe we should be better to make contact with people that are close to us, that we care about. And where I live, there are a lot. It has come more and more homeless people, and I can see that some of them has mental health issues, and of course it's not easy to have a severe mental health problems and try to fit into the society that we have today, because it's a society that is more focused on efficiency contra caring. So with that said, I think this is the first time actually I make a reading about your mental health. So yeah, let's see what message is from Spirit about this topic. So, as always, I've pulled out some oracle cards that can give us maybe some direction of the message in this reading. But first of all, I want to share with you, I was actually going to do a reading about being honest with yourself. So maybe there is something that you need to acknowledge and be honest with yourself about your mental health. Maybe there is some. Maybe you need to acknowledge. Maybe that you need to seek some help. Maybe there is something about the pattern that you have put yourself into is not a healthy pattern. Then this can be many things. As I see, for many of the people that are homeless living here, they have unfortunately problems with addictions, especially with alcohol. And for some, alcohol can be a type of self-medication, unfortunately. So if you feel that if you know, or you look into being honest with yourself, and maybe you have some problems with drinking, and there are a lot of, for example, the organization AA, Anonymous Alcoholics, is a good organization to help, and it's all. And the good thing about this organization is that it's completely free. So that is a good support system to help you get cleaned. And we have also AN. Is it called AN? Anonymous Narcotics. I think it's called that. I'm not sure, but yeah, for those of you who have had severe drug problems. So let's not talk about these types of topic, but mental health issues are one of where drugs and alcohol are involved. That is one of the reasons why you have a mental health issues. So it's It's of course deeper than that, but okay. Let's see. Yeah, and the other thing that I excuse me, that I channeled this morning was Louis Armstrong's "You Got All the Time in the World." So it's something about we live, as I said in the intro, in a world that has very much stress, and we have very much haste. We don't take, it's almost, I feel it's almost prohibited to take some time off, and especially take time off from social media. And yeah, streaming channels, of course, like Netflix and Prime, etc. We are always in a drive mode. We very seldom take a pause and liberate us from all the technological impressions that are put upon us. So maybe you should just be a little off-grid. And I watched a video about challenging yourself to be without internet for 72 hours. So maybe that is a challenge that you should try out. Yeah, okay. Let's see. A message about your mental health. Dwelling in truth. Yes, that was a channeled, as I talked in the beginning of this video. Being honest with yourself. It says, I stand in the light of truth. Being honest with yourself. How are you feeling? How is it with your emotions? How is it with your mental health? Are you feeling stable, or are you feeling that you're and tranquil like this woman here, or are you feeling that you are drifting away and wishing that you were on another planet? You need to be collected here and now and focus on what the main topic and issue is. And as I channeled with addictions, be honest with yourself. Do you have a problem? And this can be not any type of addiction, not only by drugs or alcohol. We have all types of different addictions. One severe addiction is, of course, due to food. And that is not healthy either. When you have an unhealthy relationship to food, this can cause severe illness in the long term. Okay. Once again, come back to center. Yeah, being right here and now, being tranquil and collected like this woman here. And it's amazing that, look at the colors. They are both the same color. Now, the light lilac-y purple, and the blue. The crown chakra, the third eye chakra. There are some light blue here also, talking about the throat chakra. And the red here is, of course, the root chakra. So there's something about collecting the three upper chakra and pull them down here to earth. Being grounded, be here and now, be in center, not float away, drift, not drifting away. And number 16 is in tarot, it's the Tower. I personally don't like the Tower, but of course we need Tower moments, unfortunately, to pull ourselves out of situations that are maybe unhealthy for us, either if it's physical or it's mental. Look at all the noise. So it looks like there are so many noise surrounding you, and maybe that is affecting your mental health because you are, yeah, as I said, maybe you need to go off grid from social media. Take a little pause. If you don't manage to do it 72 hours, maybe try at least 1 day. Take 1 day and one step at a time. Let's look at the other one. Clear the vessel, yes. Detoxify. So it's a very clear message. You know, what you put in, either if it's visual, like social media, like television, movies, what you and especially what you receive from the news. What you receive from the news is not always healthy. It's not always healthy for the mental state of mind. So there is something about detoxifying yourself, clear your mind, clear your body. Yeah, go off grid. Take a pause. Let's look at the similar color. I'm so amazed from Spirit that the same colors reflect 3 different cards. Maybe if you have the possibility as me, you live in a warm environment, maybe you should dip yourself in the ocean and clean yourself in that way. You can, of course, if you have a bathtub, you can, of course, make yourself a salty bath in that way. But if you don't have that, maybe clear yourself while you are in the shower, cleanse yourself. And yeah, not only with soap, but have a ritual, make a ritual of out of this. But I feel that also for those of you who have severe problems, you need to talk to someone to get this out of your system. You need help from someone externally. You can't deal with this alone, and that is especially if you have addictions too, that you need help to overcome. So clear the whistle. This can be the ritual, as I said, or it can also be we all can do a detox by drinking, you know, fasting. Reiki healing, for example. I do Reiki healing, so you can just contact me if you want a session. The prices are, of course, on my web page. So we start with a page, talking about page, with a page of cups, with the understanding. Look at this bird. He thinks he's in prison. He thinks he's in a cage, and looking, sitting and looking on the birds outside here. They are have liberated themselves, and they are flying free. Maybe there is something that you are afraid of. Maybe you think that you don't have the capability of flying. Okay. What more can I tell about the viewer's mental health? Maybe an advice from you, Spirit? Maybe an advice. Okay. So let's see. Push this a little up. And then I guess. Okay. Inner voice. This is the High Priestess. Go inward, and again all the water here. I channeled also today for myself, and something about the waves, and I asked ChatGPT to give me a message from the waves of the sea. And you know that water is of course associated with the tears in our eyes, and we use this is of course to release the pressure that we have been holding up. So either way, when we have an overwhelming sense of grief or heavy emotions, we cry to release the tension, right? But on the other hand, we also can laugh until we cry, right? Because we are so joyful that it becomes too much for us. We need to release the joyful pressure too. So there is something about being in the flow, you know. The dolphins are a very playful energy. Playful and caring energy. 6 of Cups. This is very interesting. It always reminds me of Cinderella, you know. She was dreaming of a life with the prince. Look at this. Here she is rich. She's dressed, well dressed, and she's in the arms of the prince, of course, and living her dream life. And here she sits alone with and she's poorly dressed. So there is something about how you perceive yourself. If you think poorly, you will be poorly. Oh, the Lovers. Let's look at the last on the back. Interesting energy at the back. 7 of Swords, politics. So yeah, well, as I channeled with this politics, you know, what you consume from your outer world, you know, especially on social media, we consume loads of videos, People are happy, they are in looks like they are in a joyful state of mind, where maybe they sing, maybe some of them dance. You know, it's a deception, because in the background, you know, we all wear it's a mask. It's a mask, and it's fake. It's a fake, maybe a fake world that you are perceiving. Even if it's social media, of course, it can be the media in general. You know that not every news that are being served is the truth, right? Because there is always a political agenda behind it. So don't believe in the snake, because it talks with a cleaved tongue, and it's not always truthful. And the snake, of course, is the temptation, right? In the Bible, we have Adam and Eve, and the snake tempted Eve to eat the apple from the tree of knowledge, and that is why the earth looks like it is right now. It's of course a simplified interpretation. In real life, it's of course more complicated than that. But the snake is always the temptation, the symbol of the temptation. Even if it's talking about some type of addiction, if this can also be social media addiction, alcohol, drugs, food, money, greed. So yeah, take it as a resonate for yourself. There is something about looking behind what you are being presented and acknowledge that maybe this is not healthy for you and your mental state of mind. And with the Lovers here, of course, you have always the choice. You have always the choice to reflect. Look yourself in the mirror and reflect. How are you perceiving the world? Do you want to perceive your world and live in a mental state of mind like this? Or do you want to live in a world, present yourself like this? What is your choice? Clear your vessel and clear your mind and be honest. Okay. A beautiful message about your mental health. Take really good care of yourself, and I see you again in another reading very soon. Bye for now.